Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to some Dark Souls. Just a quick announcement, I'm going to be rebooting this series, because I've managed to convince Durman to play the game a little bit more often, and so we'll be doing a series with him now. We have to get up to where we have the white signed soapstone, so we're going to go ahead and start our character now as opposed to waiting for him. Gravion LP, because we don't feel like making it, because I feel like making it unique. We're going to make a female character this time, just to make it a little different. We're going to be actually a cleric this playthrough, because I have a really good build that I actually really like for the cleric that will allow us to be quite effective in the multiplayer stuff that we'll be doing with Durman. We're going to take the Master Key, because it will allow us to get some early game equips that are really good, and we're also going to be very slim. I don't feel like being enormous this playthrough. Fudge. Fudge cakes, what are we going to be? Commoner is fine. Hair. That's fine. And we want... let's be a redhead. We'll be a ginger. Alright, so... this, the way this is going to work is we're actually going to go through the Undead Asylum as quickly as possible. I'm going to skip that cinematic again, just because I haven't been able to contact From Software yet. This one, take a leap in game, but it's okay. I apologize for the frame rate. I'm running about 15 frames a second right now, which really sucks. This game has horrible frame rate issues. And I just wish it could be better, but it'll work. Blighttown's gonna be nasty, though. And I didn't have enough stamina to kill him. Can I jump attack? I can jump attack. Awesome. So this is kind of gonna be a quick start guide, as well as the central thing. I generally try to kill these guys, because the souls are a little bit helpful, even though we're gonna be using most of our souls anyway, when we level up originally. I think we're gonna skip a lot of these guys, too, just for the sake of running through real fast. We're going to be using the Master Key really early on in the game, so as to get some items and stuff that is a little bit more helpful than you would originally expect. And this will actually help any good player out. The shield we'll be getting can be used on any class, and it's also a really good shield as it has 100% physical block, which is what most enemies use for a lot of the game. It also has like 85% fire block, so it'll be really good against the firebomb throwing hollows we'll fight near the beginning of the game. We're going to run past here. We're not going to go for the early game kill, just because I don't feel like it. Drops down, we run through immediately. Also notice that we're actually running at really fast speeds. We have the fastest roll right now, because we're very low encumbrance. And so that will that's going to be fairly helpful. This cleric armor set is actually pretty good, and we'll probably end up using it for a decent amount of the game. And yes, we will be building this as a moderately faith-based character. Just for the fact that we want to have all the really nice things. You can actually catch this guy, by the way, but you can't actually hurt him all that much until later on. Actually, I recently made a character that was a... oh, hey, just got a massive frame rate spike. That's awesome. And now it's back down to 15. Great. But, oh, bam! One-hit kill. Jump attack. But, it's actually, what's it called? The level 6 class, the one that has no armor, and it got glitched out a little bit, and so I couldn't actually kill that. He wouldn't move, and so I had to kill him by doing 2 to 3 damage to him per hit, which kind of sucks. I'm gonna run up here. If you stay to the left here, that can't. Oh, I'm not in the right spot. There's a spot you can stand where it won't hit you, but it's not a big deal. Yes, it's all good. Yes.
There was an old.
Guys have already seen all this, so it's not a big deal for me to just go ahead and skip past it. So we'll go ahead and we're going to unlock this area down here, just make it easier for us to get back into this area when we come back here later on in the game. This playthrough with Durman is not going to be entirely multiplayer. That should be obvious. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Holy cow! The fudge am I? There's a platform up there? Oh, I see. Just gonna do a plunging attack on him. We're gonna need to use an Estus Flask too, because that's... Did he get up? But no, I was confused. Hopefully luckily we'll be able to get our heal soon. Over here is where you'll find your, if you're playing a cleric, you'll find your Canvas Talisman, and that actually is one of the best talismans in the game for Magic Adjust, below Soul Level 40, or below 40 Faith, excuse me. After that, you Oh god, I need to be more careful. I'm getting really cocky, because I've already played this part so much. Just gonna go for the melee kills. Oh god, I should not have used as much Estus Flask this early on in the game. I generally like to kill these guys and take their souls. Go for the backstab on him, because that's the easiest way to take this guy down. If that doesn't kill him, you can always just finish him off with a jump attack or two-hand your weapon. So we're going to two-hand. I'm pretty sure two-handing affects your dropping attacks on bosses, especially. We're going to go ahead and do that. Bam! Yeah, it does. That's half his health. So we're going to head and try to stay around behind him. And you will need to roll, so it's generally best just to do one hit on him and then try to roll out of the way so you can dodge his attacks. Especially if you're using a strong attack. You can probably get 2 hits in with a light attack, but for the record, two-handing your weapon will take this boss down incredibly quickly. He's not really all that strong. Notice that does 134 damage, and that's like a quarter, like not a quarter, it's like an eighth of his health. And we're going to jump attack, and that should finish him. You don't even have to use heal. But yeah, this heals, having a cleric as your first class actually makes the game a lot easier, because it allows you to have early game access to the heal spell, which you would normally have to purchase from one of the clerics in Firelink Shrine. And so this will actually makes it a lot easier. You have early access to your miracles, and building your faith up will allow for joining the Sunlight Warriors Covenant, which gives you some really good what's it called? Hey, some really good combat miracles. And yes, I know I can level up and kindle bonfires in London. Okay, so we're going to level up. We need to get about to level 5. So our faith should be 15. Going to need... Oh, I'm trying to think what we need for it. Is it one there and one here? I think. I think that's it. I think this is the right one. Yeah, you need a certain amount of dex. I think it's this, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure it's this. But by soul level 25, we will be able to cast Sunlight Spear, which will basically 1 to 2 shot every enemy in the game up into the end of Blighttown. Oh, and it also will help us kill Quelog, who will be kind of a problem otherwise. So the first thing you're going to want to do is head down the stairs there after you collect the humanity there. Don't use it yet, and also you want to level up because you don't want to lose all that many souls. We're going to be making 2 suicide runs. And I do mean suicide runs, because generally you'll die on these runs, but you don't have to. If you're careful, you can make it out, and if you want to waste some transient curses for the new Londo Ruins, you can make it out as well. So we are going to go to Valley of the Drakes first, which is supposed to be a fairly late game area. You're not supposed to go to, at least until after Blighttown. It's not really late game. So this is new Londo Ruins. Which we'll be back here quite a few times during the playthrough as we try to get Titanite Chunk and stuff like that. But up here is the way to get out. So you can go use the Master Key there, and you take a shortcut to the Valley of the Drakes. This will let you cut across this bridge. Right there is the back entrance to Blighttown, which will allow us to skip 2 of the bosses, which I think we'll probably be doing. Let you skip the Capra Demon and the Gaping Dragon in the depths, and we'll end up going back to those at a later point in the game. But for right now, once we get past the gargoyles, we'll be skipping those bosses. So this here is the Sleeping Undead Drake, and it's quite powerful, and it will kill us in 1 hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk, starting from back there. There's 2 items it's guarding, both of which are really good for this class, because one scales off your faith, it's a sword that scales off your faith, the other one is a shield. Try to not wake him up. Sometimes you get lucky, and this first one won't wake him up. Yes, the sword doesn't wake him up. And then you can go for the shield, which will wake him up. And so we're going to run, roll, oh, and he got us. So most likely you will die from that. So that's why I say these are suicide runs, and I don't tell you to use your humanity yet to become human. It doesn't make it all that easy to keep yourself with humanity and actually have enough to get through the game if you use it all now during these suicide runs. But that gave us... can we use the sword well? Please tell me we can use it. Oh, crap. What do we need? It was dexterity. We're supposed to get into level in dexterity. Okay, so we're going to be using our mace for a little bit until we get some souls. That's not a big deal. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do another suicide run. We're going to... We do want to equip that shield, though. Dragon Crest shield. This shield, I'll let you go ahead and show the stats on it. Has 100% physical reduction and 85 fire, and also decent lightning, as well as some good stability and a lot of defense comparatively. It's got 10 more defense than this East-West shield does, and it blocks way more stuff. It also has 300 durability, so it'll last a good time. And it still allows us to have the medium roll, which isn't, as long as it's not a fatty roll, we're all good. So you guys probably have wondered why I'm now so well versed in Dark Souls. Is because I've changed my main character. Actually started a cleric and went through. I'm gonna kick that. Or okay, we're just gonna attack it. That works too. Is there not a kick function for this? There we go. It's just not doing it. So this time you'll notice the elevator's down. I'll have to pull the lever to bring it back up. Yeah, but this class is actually the second lowest starting level class. The only one that starts any lower than this is Pyromancer, and you start at level 1. And that's actually the way you can actually do a full level 1 playthrough as the Pyromancer and join the Dark Wraith Covenant, which will allow you to invade anybody in the game, not just people who are on your level. It lets you, at level 1, it will allow you to invade like basically anybody from noobs to high level players who've done the same thing you have. We do, however, there's a soul back here we want to grab that I didn't grab last time. It's a soul of a nameless soldier, which will give us enough to probably get the dexterity that we need for the level. It's what dexterity was? It's 10 dexterity. That's what it was. I should have put another level into it. Not a big deal though. So in here, in New Londo Ruins, there's a lot of these ghosts that were here from when New Londo Ruins were flooded. And there's like it's the ghosts of people who died. Oh, by the way, there's also a Estoc back here that I do want to pick up. We won't be using it. It's because it's a good parrying weapon though, but it'll definitely help out those of you who want to do parrying builds, and it's a good way to get it early in the game. Kind of roll off there. It'll drop this body. This body has transient curses. You can use these now, but I don't feel the need, as doing a suicide run will still get you through this area. It's not a big deal. Because we're not going there far. See that item over there? That's where we're headed. So it's not a big deal to get. We do want to kind of save our stamina because we're going to have to run past some ghosts. Starting up here, we want to start running because that one there will spawn. And they will go to attack us, and they do hurt really bad. They take about a third of your health per hit. And they can go through. So this one we're going to have to make a mad dash. There's only a thin platform here, so be careful. You have to... Oh, nope. Okay. We'll be trying that again. If you do it right, you can roll through the ghosts, and back behind there is a Firekeeper soul that will allow us to upgrade our SS Flask to +1, so we will be getting that. Dying now, it doesn't really matter because we don't have any souls to begin with. And also, I won't be keeping a death count in this series because there'll be quite a few of these kind of suicide-style runs to get items and gear. That will drop me down. That's not where I want to go, though. Go. Yeah, there'll be quite a bit of the whole running through there and suiciding. We're going to get the soul and die again. Like, we're not going to attempt to fight those ghosts because you can't actually hit them unless you have transient curse on, or you're actually cursed, which you can't even get cursed until you go down to the depths. Pull the lever. Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever. Such a great movie. But yeah, you can't even block the ghosts if you don't have a transient curse on. Doing the elevator up dance. Come on, come up. And back down. So we'll hopefully get it this time and be good to go. This will definitely allow us to... How do I put this? It'll give us a definite edge over a lot of the monsters in the game. Mainly because having that extra +1 means our SS Flask will heal us for almost full health at this point. As well as having 5 heals, we'll have 10 SS Flasks +1, so we'll have quite a bit of healing, and to the point where we may not even have to use SS Flasks. Despair ahead, yeah, that is very true. There's actually a boss here that you can take on... Now, oh, we can actually pick up our non-existent souls. Yeah, so if you fall off the edge, your souls will appear close by. We didn't have any, though, I don't think. Yeah, that was nothing. We could have just died again. There was nothing in that to lose. Yep, there we go. You'll never take me alive, and you just kind of roll off the edge here. This is why I recommend doing this without any souls and going and leveling out first. Because that's really the only way to get out of there without dying, is to kill yourself. So there's really no way out of there without dying, unless you want to take the time to try to fight all the ghosts. So what we got there, like I just said, is a Firekeeper soul. So we're going to head back down there real fast. Back down the stairs. And over here on our left is Anastasia. And she's the Firekeeper for Firelink Shrine. She can't speak to you. Well, she can, but she doesn't. She chooses not to. And you can use their Firekeeper souls to upgrade your Estus Flask. Notice now it says our Estus Flask is +1. So that will now heal us for more. Alright, okay. And so, we need to get... Let's go ahead and... trying to think. Actually, there's a couple more things we can get from around here. And that will basically... this will give us the stuff we need to do to make the game a whole hell of a lot easier. There's also getting the Drake's Sword. Isn't really necessary for this build. You can get it, but it's not a big deal. And there's going to be quite a bit of grinding for this one, too. Where's that guy? There's a guy over here with a soul of a lost undead. Down in this area here will allow us to get there's actually some really good items down there in the graveyard. And that actually connects to the catacombs, which at the very back of is a boss called Pinwheel, who you defeat for the Rite of Kindling, which lets you kindle your bonfires up to 20 Estus Flasks, which is really, really convenient. I don't really recommend going in there until you're a decently high level, because it's really dangerous. There's tons of skeletons. And odds are you will probably die. I mean, it's not something it's easy to do. I went in there at level 102, and I still got chained into a combo and killed, even wearing one of the highest defensive armors in the game. There's a lot of souls down there if you want to take it out. As a cleric, using this mace, you can basically two-shot the skeletons, but it's easier if you use Estoro's straight sword. So, but for the record, for what we're going to be building, like I said, we're going to be building some quite a bit of faith. So let's go ahead and we're going to pop Soul of the Nameless Soldier. And that right there is enough to level up. It should be, at least. Yeah, that's right there is enough to level up. Get that 10 dexterity that we need. And that's actually all we're going to put in dexterity for now. We'll be building more of it past level 20, but we need to spend we're going to spend 2 levels on strength and a couple levels into attunement so we can get another slot. And then we're going to have 25 faith, which will definitely help us out. Okay, and that being said, we're going to equip the Estoro's Straight Sword. This weapon is really good because it scales, you can see down there, it's this parameter bonus. It scales off your strength, your dexterity, and your faith. And so right now, you notice we have we'll go equip to the mace. And so check our stats. We have 103 right weapon damage. We're changing to the Estoro's Straight Sword. It looks like it doesn't do as much damage. It looks like it does 11 less damage. That's actually wrong. It also is lighter, too, which is nice. Notice we have 177 attack damage now. So this weapon by itself does tons and tons and tons of damage. Now, you don't have to turn human right now. I like to play through the game as a human, even though you can get invaded, because a lot of times the invaders are really bad at the game. And so you can generally... Oop. There we go. And see, with a weapon like this, you can just... Your strong attack with it one-handed will one-shot these guys. What? What was that? What? He just jumped off the edge. Okay, we're going to ignore that guy there for a minute. Frame rate is taking a tank. I'm actually playing this with maxed out graphics card settings. There's a guy behind you, so I want to watch about this. He's a really slow person, though. Really slow hollow. And we're going to get here. There's a rat around the corner that you can kill in one hit with the strong attack, which is basically all we're going to be using with this weapon. You can also, if you two-hand it, once we hit, like on the Taurus Demon, you drop down on him, if you two-hand it, you can probably do about half his health in one hit. I'm not the best at parrying, so I think I'm just going to block this guy. I need to practice my parrying, though, because, like, you notice, that's a hollow warrior, and it still one-shot him. Okay, over there is a Ring of Sacrifice. We're actually going to go for that. Oh, yes, made it. I have a bad habit of missing that jump and dying. So this is a Ring of Sacrifice. What this does is if you have equipped, when you die, it will break, but it will make sure you can keep your humanity and your souls. I generally only pick up this one. Like, there's other ones in the game, but I don't really feel like going to look for them. Oh, by the way, before I continue that, Domhnall of Xena will also be here once you ring the second Bell of Awakening. And he sells the boss armors, so it's quite worth going to talk to him. Oh, I didn't die. That's a miracle. But, anyway, the Ring of Sacrifice, I generally only pick up that one because it's easy to get to, and I used it on Seath the Scaleless up in the Duke's Archives because it has a required death. And so we use that, don't lose any of my items or my souls or whatnot, and everything's good to go. Now, I was going to try to do this as a skip all that we can playthrough, and then go back through it and do it later in the game. So this rat, by the way, if you run up to him and just stab him, he'll die instantly. And the rats actually have the highest... Aside from the bonus content, where you actually fight humanity sprites, like the additional content. Rats have the highest drop rate of humanity in the game. Now this gate here is locked, but it's a shortcut to the depths that we'll get to later on. Up here, if you can actually use the Valley of the Drakes shortcut. I'll do it and say this right now. You can take through the Valley of the Drakes to get to Blight. Let's see. I'm trying to think of how to do this. There's a way you can skip through it. Oh yeah, Valley of the Drakes has a shortcut to Darkroot Basin. That can then be. You can then take that shortcut, take a shortcut from there, and go all the way up to Undead Parish, which it's quite a bit harder to do than you would expect. And I generally don't recommend it. Actually, let's take it back. It's not Valley of the Drakes. It's a area right before the Taurus Demon up here that you can actually use to skip ahead. You go through Hail the Rocks chamber, and we'll fight him. Probably not immediately, because the ring he drops is really good. It increases your maximum load. So some of the armors we're going to use later on in the game, we'll be able to use because we have Havel's ring equipped. I'm going to get him. Yeah, so it's a lot of this build really focuses on blocking and making sure that you don't get hit. Like you can do it with rolls. Like I know people who do the similar build and they just roll through everything. But it's not necessarily recommended. Up here, if you go out, like there's the Drake now, but if you don't run through that doorway, that guy won't actually spawn. And so if you take the shortcut, you can actually do Valley of the Drakes through to get to Undead Parish as well. So if you take that shortcut, you can actually, how do I put it? Prevent him from spawning, making it really easy to get to the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant area. So we're going to actually get up here. I'm going to call it an episode because I need to farm up these guys for soul levels. Got him. Although this is your first bonfire in the Undead Parish, this is a really good place to stop and rest because it also, so here's where we're going to want to use our humanity. I'm going to talk about this before I cut the episode off. I use 2 humanity here, 1 to turn human, and then 1 to proceed to kindle the bonfire. So we're going to reverse our hollowing and turn human, and then we're going to kindle the bonfire. And odds are we'll probably get invaded at some point. Hopefully it'll be on camera, and hopefully it won't be some jerk who did soul level 1 and then beat the game with it. Now, kindling the bonfire will allow you to increase your normal SS flask use from 5 to the 10 that we have now, because the bonfire in Firelink Shrine is automatically kindled. We're also going to take all of these and level up. Okay. And take that. It's 6 of them, so that's 1,200 souls, which is pretty nice, because we already had 1,100 of them. And there we go. Okay. So we're going to rest back here, we're going to level up, and then we'll call it an episode. We do need to get... not endurance, we need attunement. Okay, 1 attunement will give us the slot we need, so we'll go 12 attunement, and then we're going to start building... Was it 2 strength? I'm trying to think. So there's 5 points that have to go, because we put 1 to strength already, 1 to attunement, 1 to dex. I'm trying to think of how the points go, because by level 20, we should have 25 faith. So, let's see, I'm trying to think, 5 to 10, not 5 to 10, so it's 10 to 15, and 15 to 20, we should put everything into faith, but, I think it's 2 more dex after this, actually, is what we need to go for. Might be endurance, but I think it's more dex. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will thank you once again for watching, it really means a lot, and this is Gravion, signing out. I'll see you guys next time in another episode of Dark Souls.